Bye.
Goodbye.
She's leaving because she has COVID.
No, she does not have COVID. I literally tested negative. Don't expose her like
Okay,
that.
she doesn't have COVID. She tested negative. She doesn't have COVID, but they want her to
they want
quarantine.
me to go home anyway, which is so annoying, but whatever.
Because it was a whole thing. I'm not gonna explain it, but she doesn't have COVID. Don't freak out on me. I was joking.
Yeah, literally don't. I'm totally fine. I tested negative yesterday.
So
we're all good.
It's okay.
But go faster.
Okay, literally stop. Literally.
Oh, that's Rachel, by the way. I think you met her like in the first or second vlog.
Yeah.
When we were up on the Blue Ridge. That one time I made everyone say their name. But other than that, you haven't been any. You'll be back Saturday?
Yes.
I know.
Saturday.
Isn't that sad?
Is that long enough to get rid of the COVID that you have?
Okay, literally I don't have it. Literally I'm negative.
Okay, bye now. First day of work, Nathan. Oh yeah, and you're back.
Yes, sir.
You see the fit? Got the work shoes.
Work shoes.
The work ones.
The long navy pants. The button.
You were looking.
The belt.
Dude.
Something
so
like.
professional.
Hey man.
Hey man.
I'm like 19 or something.
You're what?
I'm 19.
I'm sorry?
I'm 19.
You're 19?
Yeah. Alright, that's all.
Hey, yeah, that's it. Happy birthday.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
That's the end of the birthday vlog.
Let's go to sleep.
Hello. Today's my birthday. First of all, thank you guys so much. I've gotten so many messages, and some of you guys are finding my personal email, which I don't love, but that's okay. Thank you so much. Everyone's saying such nice things, and a lot of y'all have wished me happy birthday and everything, so appreciate that. Second, had to go to Walmart. My grandma wired me a little birthday gift. Thank you, Grandma. And Gramps and Grammy got me some awesome coffee cups for the Keurig, which I don't have at all, and a nice little coffee mug. I honestly, when I opened it, it looks like a lens. Okay, is the thing, like it's supposed to look like a lens. Freaked me out for a second because I thought he bought me the lens that I have, and I was like, oh, I feel terrible. I don't want to say that though, you know, I want to tell him. And then I opened it up, I was like, oh, it's a mug. That's hilarious. And Nana and Poppy got me some pretzels. If you don't know, big pretzel guy. Okay, we went to Pennsylvania, and I think they if I remember correctly, they created the hard pretzel because they were like, hey, old pretzels kind of taste good, you know? And so they sent me some pretzels and a hat with a light, and it's camo, and it's freaking hilarious because I keep getting lost in the woods in the dark. So they were like, hey, here's a hat with some LEDs on it. Kind of awesome, kind of dorky. I love it. Oh, and of course you can't forget, they got me a Dunkin' gift card so I can take all my people. Sadly, a few of my friends aren't here right now. Taj and Pablo had to go home and vote. Savannah's visiting with her family. Paige is at home. She got the Rona. That sucks. Paige and Meredith both do. So it's just me and Nathan and Davis and a few other people that are hanging out. So I'm gonna go look at the Blue Ridge. It's my happy place. What do you expect me to do, okay? I like going there. I don't mean happy place in the way that Instagram influencers use it though. They're like, oh my god, Belarus is my happy place. I don't mean like that. I just enjoy going up there occasionally and looking at stuff. So I'm gonna go do that. Like I was saying, happy place, right? It's kind of crazy because I'm here at the Blue Ridge, thinking of the mountains and stuff, and thinking about where I was a year ago, you know? It's because it's my birthday. I mean, I was at home, but roughly a year ago, right? So we visited App State, and it was it was still my number one. I wanted to go here more than anything, but it's just wild to think about the fact that I'm actually here. Because things don't always work out, you know? Sometimes you really, really want something like going to App State and it just doesn't happen. And just the fact that I was able to end up here at the school I wanted to, doing what I want to do, shooting videos, shooting photos, you know. I never expected I would be trying to be a YouTuber or whatever I'm doing. So yeah, that's kind of cool, looking back. And if you remember last week, if you don't, go watch the video. It's super packed here. It was super packed last week. Yeah, it's still packed. It's still pretty, so it's still packed. You know how that is. Craziness. People parking and walking everywhere. It's dangerous out here, man. Also, a lot of people asked if I got photos of Peak Week. Absolutely, I did. My link is in the bio for my Instagram, my photography Instagram, so go check that out. I'm gonna post them in the next couple days. And that really doesn't matter to you because you're seeing this like from Monday on. So, you know, they'll be up by then, for sure. Go check it out. Like, comment, subscribe. You don't have to subscribe. Follow, do that. If you're from the video, you should comment that. That'd be pretty cool. I'd be like, oh, look at that. Look who's from YouTube. So, maybe think about doing that. Also, my website's down in there too. If you wanna purchase a print, it's fall, y'all. I'm gonna name one of my photos, it's fall, y'all, okay? Just for you guys, because everybody likes fall pictures. So if you wanna go purchase a print or even just check out my gallery, website's in the link below. Just do it. I gotta go to dinner with my grandpa. Let's do that. Hey, Grandpa.
Hello.
How you doing? He's he made it. Yeah, in Wilkesboro. We're gonna go get some dinner and just meet up and hang out a little bit. What do you think of Boone so far?
Busier than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's very busy. I told you it's peak week. Everybody's here to see the leaves and stuff, so they're all camping out and
Clogging up the restaurant.
hotels and yeah, tourists, man.
Tourists.
Tourists, right? They're terrible.
Especially the Virginians.
I know. Grandpa, what'd you think?
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah? The shrimp was weird. It was like so fried it wasn't shrimp, it was just a brown brick.
I thought it looked like hush puppies.
They did look like hush puppies. It was like sea puppies. Yeah, I don't know why I was so insistent on going to McAdoo's, but I wanted to. It was a good place. You know, it feels like more Boone. Like, you know, there's just a bunch of stuff in there that doesn't really make sense, which is hilarious. I mean, like it's a sports bar. It's like the Cracker Barrel. You know, they just have old stuff everywhere. They're like, we're gonna be Cracker Barrel, so just old things, whatever you can find at any antique store.
There's the variety of displays between athletics and rock and roll guitars. You know, basically knockoffs on Fenders.
We were talking about how the bathroom is just covered. Every wall has Wheaties, like the boxes, like the box of cereal, Wheaties boxes in glass frames. You know, it's normal stuff for a sandwich place to have.
All right,
I'll catch you out.
Enjoy dinner.
I'll catch you later tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
It's all over as of tomorrow, so.
I know. I'm back to being just Isaiah, not birthday Isaiah.
On your way to 20.
Or maybe 21, you know what I'm saying? This is insanity. I have never seen it this busy in my life. I mean, they heard you were coming to town, man.
I know. This
Some famous blues guys here. Yeah, I don't know.
Let me get up to the front then, at least. I'll entertain you a little bit. Yeah.
No, this is insane. Like it's been like this for a while. It's just this line.
By the time we get to the top, the leaves will have turned brown and fallen. So.
Right. There will be snow at the peak. It's gonna be crazy. No, like I came here yesterday and there was cars on the road and like they were parked on the side and stuff like they always do. Well, not like they always do, but like they've been doing this last couple weeks. But this is a lot, man. I'm sorry. We got coffee. How do you like it? It's the local Lion. It's my favorite place, man.
It is. Compare it to Dunkin'. Go ahead.
They're
not a sponsor, are they?
No, not yet. So we're allowed to. I mean, they're definitely better than Dunkin', but it's also way more expensive than Dunkin'. So there's that. Yeah. So this afternoon went and looked at some some campsites and stuff. You're big camping guy, big woods guy. He's gonna go camping sometime, so hopefully you'll get to come back up, and maybe you'll. So it was a lot prettier last week. And I know that you live up in Virginia, so it's not as crazy for you, but for me it is.
If you stay on this road, you'll get to my house.
Really?
Just
keep going?
Just keep going north.
That's crazy. Also, I'm vlogging on my phone because I forgot a camera battery because I'm a professional vlogger, and that's what you do when you're a pro. You forget you ever forgot something for guitaring, playing guitar?
Yes. I have, I don't need a capo to play. I can play in different keys without it, but it's some songs you just want to use one.
Right.
Show up without a capo, without picks. People say, how do you do this sort of thing?
Yeah. It's a Moss thing, apparently.
Well, the worst thing, when you're pulling out of the driveway, you get an empty feeling in your stomach, like I forgot something.
Right, but nah.
You can't remember what it is, so you just leave.
Mm-hmm. And then you end up without exactly what you need.
I know what's missing now.
I think it's like a Moss disease.
Yeah. It goes right along with the other one.
What's that?
Walking from the house up to the shop or up to the barn to get something, getting up there, standing there, looking around in circles, going, why am I here?
I did that yesterday. I went up to my room, I went to get my camera, and I walked back down to my car, and I went, man, I went up for my camera and never got it. I walked into my room, and I was like, oh, wow, that's a cool car. I was like, well, I'm good to go. And then I just left. It's terrible.
It happens sometimes, many times a day.
Hereditary.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Grandpa, what do you think? It's pretty.
I think it's a beautiful lake.
It is.
We are coming here to camp. We're coming here to paddle.
I like that. Yeah, there's a campground. It's over there. It's pretty much the campgrounds there, all up in that area. So
this would be beautiful. Springtime when the laurel's out and everything would be beautiful.
Yeah, I'm sorry if the camera's a little shaky. I'm chilly. I'm from Florida, man. I wear this little. My parents got me that. It's good. It's just thin. It's supposed to be warm with something else. And I'm just wearing a t-shirt. It's not really.
You shouldn't refer to your grandson as a wuss, should you?
Not on film. Anyway. Probably not on film. I just stepped into the lake. I slipped, man. I was just feeling the water with my hand, and I went to step around, and it was like, in a movie where like they're stuck on an island, and like the island tribe has like a trap laid with leaves over top of it. That's what it was like. I stepped on some leaves, and it just went straight through the water. It was bad.
Punchy snake down there.
Yeah, right. It's a bunch of snakes. Ah, it's so annoying. Now my feet are cold. My foot. Shh, he's asleep. Okay, we're back on the big camera. I got a battery.
5 guys.
5 guys. 2 guys. 7 guys.
7 guys. Yeah. 5 guys waiting for us to show up.
5 guys. It's a club. We're in 5 guys. So apparently we're the last men. We're the last men standing out here.
We are. We're closing this place down.
She comes out. The manager, I think she is. She comes out. She goes, after you two. First she said you two, and I was like, whoa, what do we do? And she goes, after you two, nobody else coming in here. If somebody else walks up, tell them off. I was like, okay. She told us this whole story about this place in Texas and all this stuff. North Carolina's different, man. People were just different here than Florida. We ended up at Troy's Diner, by the way. We were gonna go to Wilkesboro, because that's where he's staying right now in his hotel. We're gonna go to a 5 Guys in Wilkesboro, but there was traffic for how many miles do you think that was? I mean, it was over a massive hill, and then you could see up at the top of the next ridge.
So I would say the traffic at the top of the ridge was, it goes 3 to 4 miles away.
Yeah, so it was like 4 miles, maybe 5 of just straight traffic. No moving cars. It was insane. We were doing 5. So we turned around and came back to Boone. I'll get you home safe. Don't worry. Maybe you can I'll sneak you into the dorms. You'll sleep up in my bed. I'll pull out the sleeping bag that you got me, and I'll just lay it on the floor.
That's what we need to do.
Yeah, right. You want to go camping?
They think I was a student. I look like a student, right?
Right, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I'll do goofy things,
Yeah. What's up, fellow kids?
Yeah. Maybe I'll get a tray out of the cafeteria and surf the stairwell or something.
They don't even serve with trays. That's how you can tell you're not a student. They still had trays when you were going to college. They don't even do that now. It's just plastic. They don't care about the environment.
I can say you guys can't be trusted with trays.
Right. It's all styrofoam.
We close
burgers.
that.
Yeah, right. Just walk in and be like, where's the party at? Yeah, dude. Oh, dudes. All right. Good dinner?
Good dinner.
Good
company.
Good Reuben, good company, nice diner. Diners.
Good pickles. They had pickles. I don't know.
Diner with old rock and roll music.
Yeah.
Old
yeah, it was
rock and roll
cool.
music. Yeah.
What is that song called?
The last
Through
one?
the horse. Yeah. Through the desert.
Yeah, Horse with No Name.
Horse with No Name.
1971-ish.
Yeah. Sure. 1971ish. I knew that. All right, I'm gonna drop you off drop you off back at home. It was a fun little date. I had a great time.
Yeah.
It's starting to feel like that. Like last night we got dinner at McAdoo's, and then I just dropped you off at your house afterwards,
We're joining
aka
the party.
your hotel.
No, I feel like a senior citizen.
Just driving you around.
Driving Mr. Daisy.
Yeah, you know, they pay me, the home pays me to pick you up and drop you off there.
Right.
You know, it's just company. It is.
That's right.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing?
Doing fine. I'll make a turn all the way around you. How about that?
All right. What is this place called?
This is called Scott Kerr.
Scott Kerr. That's right. Scott Kerr Reservoir. And it's got a dam. I didn't curse. There's a dam here.
From this side.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
This looks like a line.
You're doing great. You're just doing a circle around me. Oh, I can't. Problem is I can't film and paddle at the same time.
Yeah, you want to wait to mount it on your jacket?
Yeah, let's try that.
I was waiting for the chair to rip.
So, I asked my grandpa here. I wanted to ask him a few questions, and I don't know. I feel like he's lived a very interesting life, and you're an old guy, and old guys have experiences and advice and stuff. So
I'm an old guy.
you're an old guy, you know. You gotta claim that.
1948 model.
Yeah, I can't open this can apparently. I'm sitting here struggling. There
If
we
you didn't
go.
bite your nails, you could.
Yeah, right.
Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah, I know. Is that your first piece of advice? Is don't bite your nail?
I do it, but not as bad as you do.
So.
And nobody can hold candle to your dad. He bites his knuckles.
Yeah. So, first question.
Go ahead.
Take as long as you need to respond. It's okay. This is all. This is going to be edited to make sure you sound awesome. So,
Okay.
What do you think is one thing that you really regret?
What do I really regret?
Yeah, could be anything.
I would say I regret the fact that I was not, as a very young man, family oriented, and therefore, had trouble staying married like that. I never could envision forever, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So as soon as the relationship started to feel like people like supper at 5, and I start backing away, and then people get upset at me because I backed away, and it's just because forever scared me.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I've lived forever, I'm not frightened of it like I was, but it's like going to a job and saying, is this what I want to do for the rest of my life?
Yeah.
And nowadays, fortunately, we don't do that. We don't usually go to factories and do the same thing right up until the day we die. We change. But so I was always scared of the forever commitment, not to a person, not for loving a person, just that was what life was going to be.
Yeah.
I liked adventure. I changed things. That I changed things. I changed my passions and my things all the time.
So, I guess to counter that, what is something that you're most proud of?
Most proud of.
Something that you don't regret, I guess.
Well, I don't regret passing up college to go into service.
Mm-hmm.
Because college was still there when I got ready for it. I don't regret that. I don't regret going back in after I got out and saying, that's my life. I like rescuing people. I like the excitement. I like the adrenaline rush. And I think if you live on adrenaline rushes, you need a job that feeds it, or you go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't regret that. People have said, why did you spend that much time in there? You could have done so many other things, I could have, but I did.
Well, and I think you spent a lot. You had a lot of life that you lived while you were in the service and everything too.
I'm not. It's not a bragging thing or anything else. I have thought that had I been a note taker because I lived day by day, and I knew people that kept logs of all their flights and all their rescues and everything they did. Had I been that type of a note taker, my own biographer,
Yeah.
that I would have had, as many people would, I would have had a book out of it. Many of my friends could have written a book about what they did, and it would have been just as good as someone's fiction.
Mm-hmm.
It's because it was a very exciting existence. And your dad could tell you for a little time that, his 4 years in the Coast Guard, it was, his very first trip out of his very first ship, they were exchanging gunfire with drug runners.
Right.
I mean, you don't get to do that at McDonald's. Or you hope you don't get to do that.
hope you don't have to. Yeah, that's true. I guess, and it's kind of everyone's own thing. It's like they're, if you don't want to live like that, that's fine. But the fact that you did it, it's good that you're proud of that, I guess.
Yeah.
Now this is the portion where Isaiah tries to remember what other things he thought of last night when he was going to ask these questions. Because I thought of it at random and I was like, oh, that's really good. Didn't take a note of that. I kind of took that note, not a note.
You relied on memory.
Right, yeah.
All right, so ad-lib a little bit.
Yeah,
Like nice trees, huh?
Yeah, really great weather out here. Also, I want to say I appreciate you coming down. Like I didn't expect it to be the full weekend like we did, and I'm glad that it was. It was a really good time. Like, I like hanging out with my friends and everything, and it's not like you're a replacement for my parents, but I spend a lot of time up here away from them, obviously. So having you here was kind of, it's not like you're, my parents and my sister in summer and all that, but it was a different thing, and it was kind of a piece of home, I guess, for the weekend. It was kind of nice.
Yeah, I think my eternal, I guess you would call it, immaturity helps out.
Right. Well, and it's something me and my dad have talked about. It's like when me and him when it's just me and him, he's up here normally and I'm down here. And when it's just me and him, we come a little bit closer. And then when it's like him and mom and me, and then we spread out a little bit, and so that
it comes back to the family structure.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I do find it interesting, unless they talk behind my back and say, "Oh, geez, is he around here again?" But like when we're having the parties and the people come around like Becca and her friends, the whole crowd like that, I feel very at ease with them. I don't feel like the out of place old guy in the room because I'm not that way inside me. As I've said before, and I've said it to your dad about things we've talked about, I said, when I'm riding my motorcycle, I'm looking out through 21-year-old eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That's me. Kayaking, I'm looking out through 21-year-old eyes. And I don't, if you put a mirror up, I'd be ticked.
Right.
and passing a full window going through an old town that still has stores, you pass a full glass window, you say, who's the old guy in the motorcycle? Oh, that would be me.
Yeah. I think that one thing that I've talked about before is like my biggest fear is basically just passing away without having any real impact. And I feel like my dad has talked about this before, like he'd be fine with living forever. Not because he wants to live forever and beat everybody and all his enemies are going to die before him or anything weird like that. It's just, there's so much to do in life and so much to experience and learn. Like it's kind of hard to accept that at some point there's not going to be any more. You're going to be finished with life. So that's kind of scary.
I see that down the road now because, he's 73 shortly. I see that down the road because I felt immortal and eternal when I was young. And I really did. Like accidents weren't going to get me. You climb this, ride that, do whatever you want. Not because I felt like I was special, but because I could never see an end. And that's why I've done all the things I've done, places I've been, and done what I wanted to do, grabbing big chunks of it, not because I wanted to get it before I burned out, but because I didn't have an end. Well, now I look at that and I say there's going to be an end, so now all of a sudden I'm starting to get in the bucket list stage.
Yeah.
Where I talk with Grandma Donna and I say, we haven't done this yet. And she'll sometimes say, is that really important to you? I say, well, because I thought about it for 30 years and I could never fit it in, I think I'd like to try to fit it in now.
Yeah.
And do it. Now, if I don't get to do it, I'll be like my friend Asa Miles when he knew he was going to die, and he said, "There's so much we didn't get to speaking to his wife, we didn't get to do. They did a lot. There was so much they didn't get to do. This is a huge world.
Yeah.
It's full of adventures, full of things to see, things to do, things to experience, people to meet.
Yeah.
You're not going to get to do it all, but I think if you don't think about wanting to do at least a big chunk of it, it's going to go by like boom, gone.
Right. All right. So now that we got a little audience back there, I just got one more for you because I don't want to keep you away from home too long. I know you got to go home today. So, if you had wanted one piece of advice, whether it's for me or for anybody, just someone that is younger than you, you know, and I know I keep saying that. I hope it doesn't offend you. I don't mean to say it like you're some old fart.
Keep reminding me.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, you've lived a life, and other people have not, and maybe somebody wants to, you know, get a little piece of what you've had. So, like, what is one piece of advice that you would give somebody? I guess is my question.
First thing that comes to mind is we all don't like regrets. We don't like looking back and saying, you know, coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah.
So I would say, and in whether it's with a relationship, whether it's with a job, whether it's with anything, whether it's with someone saying, I'm counting on your support, if it doesn't feel good gut level, it is not good. It's never going to get good. Yeah. If your first reaction to something is a positive with no holds barred, you can go for it and trust yourself. But if you have any reservations, then pass it, because it's not right, it's not for you, it's not honest enough, it's not ethical enough, it's not where you need to be, where you need to go, it doesn't match your picture of you. And if you do that, you won't spend time thinking, where would I be if I'd done this instead of this thing I didn't want to do.
Yeah.
And worse than that, saying, oh my God, I was right. You know, I was right about being wrong. So that would be the most important thing, is I think you can, we're all gonna have regrets.
Yeah.
Limit your regrets.
Yeah. And I think it kind of relates back to something I said earlier, and I said, like, you know, we have so much time in quarantine right now, especially, like, this is kind of, I feel like it's kind of jump-started it for me, you know, where I'm like, I spent a lot of time in my youth, and I talked about a regret that I had. We went to Maine. He took me on a trip to Maine to visit my great-grandparents and family up there, and I didn't look at anything during that trip. I was just staring at my phone playing video games, and I was a little kid, you know, so that was kind of just what I did, and it wasn't, you know, it's not like it scarred me for life. It wasn't dramatic. It was just something I was disappointed in myself for doing, because I regret that. And so, like, you have all this time in quarantine, you know, and COVID going on, and everybody's, you know, if you're working from home and things like that, so, like, why not take advantage of it when you can and do things that you want, that you've always wanted to do. So like I said, that does, you know, that's very true. And, like, you know, don't do something that you know deep down is not going to be beneficial, that you're going to regret later. It's very true.
Don't do anything in private that you wouldn't do in public.
Right.
If someone that you love was watching.
Mm-hmm.
That is difficult. Trust me, that is difficult.
Yeah.
The specter of my mother and father looking at me, you know, is like really frightening. And I'm not 12, you know, I'm 73 years old.
That's
I'm
funny.
not 12. It's but don't frown. Yeah.
That's funny.
So, well, I've really enjoyed the weekend with you. I'm really glad I came down for it. We had a good time. Didn't get to do all we wanted to do, but we got to do everything we wanted to do a little bit.
Right, yeah.
And I really like.
Well, and it was nice, even when we were just driving around yesterday. Like, y'all obviously didn't get to see a lot of that because it's not super exciting vlog content or anything. But we just drove around and we looked at different stuff, and it was just a good time. I just had just real relaxing. We just got to talk, and that's good times sometimes, you know, just to talk to somebody.
We could have filmed a 200 or 300 car backup on the Blue Ridge Parkway looking at leaves. That was exciting.
Yeah,
that was exciting.
That was like, a lot.
Yeah, 1 mile per hour creeping along there while people went ooh ah.
But we got there, and it was an okay view.
It was okay.
All right, well, yeah. There's some stuff to think about. I know I get on here and I give a lot of, like, advice, and I get up on my soapbox and stuff a lot. So I figured it would be better to hear it from somebody who's had a little more life experience and actually knows that these things are true, you know? So thank you, and yeah.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Love you, grandson.
Love
Goodbye,
you too.
folks.
Bye. I'm going to close it out.